What is going on, guys? I am BobZeBattleDroid, and I am here with another Pokemon card deck profile. And in this deck profile, we'll be doing yet another Gengar Deck Variant. And here is my amazingly cool playmat that I got from going to Pokemon National Championships. If you are interested in seeing the playlist of videos that are related to this year's National Championships, click up there. And this is a really cool playmat because I got it signed by the J-Wits right there, and Renee collects right above it. So, without further ado, let's get going with the deck profile. So, like normal, our main attacker in this deck is Gengar EX. And it has Night Attack, puts 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. In Dark Corridor, it does 60. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. This switches Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. And we run 4 of those. So, just 4 of the Gengars. And our switcher in this deck is Wobbuffet. And Wobbuffet has this really cool ability that is called Bide Barricade. And it says, as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, each Pokemon in play in each player's hand and in each opponent's discard pile has no abilities, except for Psychic Pokemon. So this is really cool, because Wobbuffet works somewhat like Garbodor, except it doesn't need a tool attached to it, but it does have to be an active spot to have its ability activate. But this works really well with Gengar, because pretty much if they can't Lysander out of Wobbuffet, their abilities will be cancelled for the entire game as long as they don't knock out all 4 Wobbuffet. And so, this is really cool. And so we do run 2 more Pokemon cards, and the 2 other cards are Shaymin EX. A lot of people know what this card does. It's pretty simple. When you play this card from your hand onto your bench, you can draw cards into your hand until there are 6 cards. Sky Return can be used to set up again, but it's not very commonly used, so you know, that's there. But a lot of people were like, wait a minute, if Shaymin has an ability and it's not a Psychic Pokemon, then how is it able to work with Wobbuffet? Well, if you guys didn't catch it, I'll put the Wobbuffet back up on here. And it states in the card, as long as this Pokemon is active. So, as long as we can retreat Wobbuffet before we play any Shaymin, we can still play Shaymin the whole game. As long as we can get Wobbuffet out of that active spot into Gengar and play Dark Corridor again after and get Wobbuffet back in, then Shaymin is a completely fine option. So that is our Pokemon lineup. And our supporter lineup consists of 3 Professor Sycamore. Pretty simple, just like Juniper. Very good card. 2 Professor Birch. 2 Shauna. 2 Lysander, and 1 AZ. So the AZ is mostly for cards like Shaymin that you can just pick it up, and there's no setback, because you do not have to discard anything off of the Shaymin, because there usually won't be anything attached to it. And that is our supporter lineup. So for our item cards, we start with 4 VS Seeker, very good card. Run 4 of them because it's very nice to spam a Lysander, or if you're running out of draw support, you just get a Sycamore. So, very good card. 2 Trainer's Mail, very good card too. It helps keep the deck up and running and keeps, speedy. 2 Ultra Ball. Most of the time, Ultra Ball is very heavy in a lot of decks, but our deck only runs 3 different types of Pokemon, so especially with Shaymin, it doesn't really need that many ultra balls. So we just run 2 of those. We'll be drawing intel out of the Pokemon, so searching for them isn't that important. And we also run Muscle Band, and this is mainly because Gengar's attack, Dark Corridor, only does 60 damage. That is horrible, absolutely horrible for an attack. So we need to start getting 2-hit knockouts on EXs that have, 180 HP. So we do that. We are able to attach a Muscle Band to Gengar. We can do 80 damage and poison their Pokemon, and by the time it becomes their turn, there will be 90 damage on their Pokemon, so that'll start going for 2-hit knockouts. We also run 3 Robo Substitute. So this is a really cool card because it helps stall the deck, and if all of our Wobbuffets get knocked out, we can always just switch into this Robo Substitute if need be. We also run 2 Switch just because Floatstone was so good, but now without it, there needs to be some kind of way if you happen to be Lysander up and your opponent wants to stall and you're basically stuck, you need to have some way to get out of that, and Switch is our option. And because this deck can run a little bit slower than others, we have to try to slow our opponent down. And Wobbuffet does a good job with that, but I think we could even slow them down a little bit more. And to do that, we run 2 Enhanced Hammers and 2 Head Ringers. So this definitely slows down a lot of decks. The Megalodius deck, hammering away those dragon energies, the double dragon energies, is very crucial to the deck. And Head Ringering a Rayquaza that has not gotten a Spirit Link onto it is very disruptive to that deck. We also run 2 Super Scoop Up. We can heal damage off of Gengar if need be, and also if we want to try to go for another setup with Shaman, we can do that. 1 Professor's Letter, pretty staple in a lot of decks. I mean, a lot of decks run it. 1 Startling Megaphone. Again, a lot of decks just run Megaphone, so just have to be careful that when you do run Startling Megaphone, you're not Megaphoning the Head Ringers away. And for a supporter card, with a lot of Gengar decks, they were choosing to go with Verbank because you could hit 110 with the Gengar's attacks. But we have decided to go with Dimension Valley. And this is really unique because now Gengar's attack only takes 2 energy to do. And it's not as important with Gengar, but it's even more important with Wobbuffet because Wobbuffet's attack can cost 2 energy. And Dimension Valley takes off one of those colorless energies from any psychic Pokemon that is in play. So that's really cool. It even gets better when we start running Mystery Energy, and this is the way how we're going to retreat out of that Wobbuffet. What Mystery Energy does, I'll read it for you guys. It says, this card can only be attached to Psychic Pokemon. This card provides the Psychic Energy, but only while this card is attached to a Psychic Pokemon. The retreat cost of the Pokemon this card is attached to is 2 colorless less. If this card is attached to anything other than a Psychic Pokemon, discard this card. And we run 4 of those. And this works out really well because Wobbuffet's retreat cost is 2. 2 Psychic Energy, or 2 colorless energy. So if we attach a Mystery Energy to Wobbuffet, we're not only giving it free retreat, but with Dimension Valley, we can also attack with Psychic Assault. So, if we happen to play with Gengar, hit for 90 damage, including the poison. If they happen to attack a Wobbuffet, it'll go to 100 poison damage, if they happen to not retreat out of the Pokemon that is poisoned. And instead of coming back in with Gengar, if we want to, if it's a Mega Pokemon, we can hit with more damage by going with Wobbuffet. We can hit for 110 instead of 90 with Gengar. We also run 1 double colorless energy. This happens, in case we want to use a Sky Return with Shaman, or if we need that double colorless energy for Gengar, or just for retreating a Wobbuffet if need be. And we also run 6 normal Psychic Energy. That is the deck list. Overall, I think it's a pretty decent deck. I have not tested it out yet, but hopefully I can get some matches up with it. I think it'll do okay as long as the Headringers and Enhanced Hammers start racking up. I think it'll do good against certain matches, especially with the the Wobbuffets. But so stay tuned to see how much this deck costs. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and as always, I will catch you guys later in the next video.